him. His sprinting is smooth, and you can't buy that sort of, technique. Quick to recover on completions and tackle. Recognises route run. Excellent long speed, meaning he can match up with most wide receivers that have elite speed. Very agile and athletic. He's a former 100-meter sprinter and long jumper. So that will put him in good stead. Weaknesses. Could use a little bit more weight on his frame. Not too much, but just a little bit, because he's 6 foot. Not tested enough. Alabama had a dominant pass rush last year, and he wasn't tested enough because obviously they were getting to the quarterback before the ball was out of the quarterback's hands. Could improve in pass breakups and production. He's only had 1 interception, which is a worry really when you think about it. Can be caught out by good route runners. Instincts and anticipation needs a little bit of work. He's not a physical tackler, which worries me as well. He needs to improve on that, be a bit more aggressive. Sometimes he watches the receivers rather than the ball, and can get caught out. Your eyes, I know you have to watch the receivers, but at the same token, you need to know where the quarterback is throwing the ball. So sometimes his focus is a little bit off. And I have him as a mid to late round 2 guy. I think that's where he slots in really. I don't think he's any higher. But that's where I would take him personally.
Okay. What scheme do you think he fits? Like a cover 1, man, zone?
See, because he's quite tall and he is fairly quick, I would probably play him in the slot maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. To be honest with you, it's a tough one because I feel like we've got enough players in the other position, so you'd have to kind of play slot. I think for us, that's where I could probably see him fitting.
Okay, sounds good. I have. Do I have J.R. Alexander or do you? I think I have him, right?
You have J. Yeah, you have J.
Okay. J. Alexander, he is very fast and not as tall, 5'10", 196, 4'3", 840, with a 3.98 20-yard shuttle, the fastest. So his short area quickness is off the charts. Strength, very good long speed, physical corner who can play both, play on or off man. Mirrors receivers very well and has elite speed to stay on hip pocket. Doesn't look as smooth as Denzel Ward, but he's very fast. Has great field awareness and a willing tackler in the run game. He just sticks on. He's a speed and athleticism, side to side movement ability. He'll stay on any receiver. Just doesn't look as fluid as Ward. To Ward, it comes a little more naturally. Weakness, undersized cornerback who can get bullied by bigger, stronger receivers. Lets wide receivers get behind him sometimes as he trusts his speed a bit much. Injury might be a concern due to frame. I know he weighs a little bit more than Denzel Ward or Mike Hughes, but he just looks much more fragile. Mike Hughes and Denzel Ward looks a little built. He just looks like he's about to break. And I saw a couple of tapes after making a run tackle. He got a little injured. He had to leave the game, and he's already coming off an injury. Overall summary, a round 1 cornerback with elite traits. Can start for most teams on the slot or outside, however, too small to be physical with tall wide receivers. It might be a mismatch in the red zone. So I would give him if not for the durability concerns, I would give him a, mid first round, but I have him as a late first round guy overall.
Yeah, I agree with you there, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the Raiders don't need any more players who carry injuries and are going to get injured.
Yeah.
Because
I
we've
mean,
just...
doesn't matter how capable you are if you can't stay on the field.
Well,
Doesn't
yeah,
really
exactly.
matter, right?
Well, exactly that, We need people to stay fit, and if you're coming in with concerns already, that just doesn't bode well for me. Don't get me wrong, when I watch some of his tape, I like him, and I think he's got very, very good traits, but that's a kind of sort of a risk you take, isn't it, with that sort of player?
Yeah, all right. Who you got now?
I've got Isaiah. Okay, all right. One
It's
from
okay.
the UK, all right?
You're British. Pronounce it differently.
Okay. Yeah. But, so he's 6'1", 190 pounds.
Where are you getting his numbers from? Because his combine numbers were 6 foot 201.
I got him off the draft profiles.
NFL.com?
Yeah.
Huh. Why do I have different numbers? But anyway.
I don't know. But yeah, no, this is where I got them from.
Okay.
Yeah. He's 6'1", 6'2", whatever you want to say. Around 190 pounds, say. He attended Colorado. So he has elite size and speed. Long arms, very long arms. Has all the athletic traits that you're looking for, speed, jumping, etc. He disrupts routes with jabs in the receiver's frame from press. He's excellent against vertical threats. That's something I've really picked up on when it was, vertical plays. He excelled in that. Make-up speed is elite. Soft hands to catch consistently. He's not had as many drops as, say, for instance, Dante Jackson when I spoke about him. And he wraps up well when he's tackling. Another thing that I was alluding to before. His weaknesses: can struggle to slow down when he's in full sprint mode. Sometimes he has problems transitioning from really sprinting to slowing down. Can get beaten in the bump and run game a little bit too much. Stays too tall sometimes in back pedal. Mirror footwork needs improvement. Struggles to redirect quickly if feet are planted. So when his feet are planted, he struggles to redirect himself. Needs to add a bit more edge to his game. You know what we were saying about, we want thumpers who are going to go in and thump. Well, he's not really got that about his game for me. He does wrap up well when he tackles, but not that oomph that we're looking for. And that bodes in with my next point, could be more aggressive. I have a mid-round 2 grade on him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think he may go a little bit later.
So he's not a round 1 guy to you then?
No, because when we're talking about these round 1 guys, we're looking at, your Denzel Wards, etc., etc. I don't know, just he doesn't jump off the tape at me as much as they do. He might go a little bit earlier, maybe early round 2. But I think he will be a round 2 guy. And actually, if you look at quite a lot of the mock drafts, I know that you don't pay too much attention to them, but a lot of them have actually been seeing him drop into the second round quite consistently. Yeah. So that's where I'd have him as well.
Yeah, he's a strong, good press guy. He's just not as aggressive on the run, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. I have I'll go with Carlton Davis. You don't have Carlton Davis, right?
No. My last one's a special one.
Oh, you're saving... okay, I got you. Carlton Davis, 6'1", 206, ran a 4.44, 159, 10-yard split, and a 4.31 shuttle. The shuttle wasn't very good, but his 40 time is fine. I like him. I liked him a lot more than I thought when I watched this film. He's might be a surprise. So I have his strengths as a very good press cover corner, tall and long like Richard Sherman, very physical at line of scrimmage, has good man-to-man technique and hand usage, willing and very good run defender, has all the traits to play in your face man-to-man press or bail, physical, fast, just a guy who can match up against bigger, stronger receivers in the NFL. Weakness, did not see any film of him playing zone. Might have issues keeping up with smaller, shiftier guys like Tyreek Hill. But, and I don't know how he would do in a cover 2, a zone cover 3 situation. But technique-wise, I really like it. It's aggressive. Summary overall, a first-round man-to-man corner who is physical and talented. Man or cover 2 teams will love him and can start immediately and have an impact. With the Raiders can come in and start outside with Conley at the slot and play at a high level. So I was surprised. He's just really good, very physical at the line of scrimmage as well. Takes away the timing with the wide receiver and the quarterback by disrupting the line of scrimmage. I have him as a mid first round grade.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's decent, to be fair, what I saw of him.
What I saw from other mocks and things, they have him in the second round. I don't see him being in the second round. I think he's just he's too good in press coverage. He has his perfect, really good techniques and willing run tackle. I don't know why he would drop that low.
Would you take, if you were the Raiders and we traded back, would you take him?
If we got back to the 20s or whatnot, I would take him in the 20s.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. That's why I said it. My ideal trade scenario would be with Arizona. I think that moving back 5 places but picking up picks would be brilliant business. And I think actually that would serve the Raiders better in the long run because you could still get a decent player up there. And then you'd still stack a couple of extra picks along the way as well. So yeah, I'd definitely take him in the 20s. I'm not so sure I'd take him at like 10 or 15 or whatever.
I wouldn't take him at 10
in the 20s.
I wouldn't take him 10. But like the late teens to the early 20s, I think he's there.
Yeah, I think so as well. Right, so I've got my last one now. And he's actually my favourite secondary player in the draft. Probably no surprise to people. Derwin James.
Hey.
Yeah. This geezer's unreal. He's 6'2", 215 pounds. He attended Florida State. Right, his strengths. There's a lot of them, so I've just put out the ones that stood out to me the most. So he's the typical alpha male in the locker room, as previously stated by a lot of pundits and journalists and stuff. He has all the leadership qualities you want from a safety. And I think that fits Gruden to a T as well. I think he's looking for the young guys to come in and show leadership qualities that a veteran would, And I think he would literally suit the secondary that we have down to a T. He's got good height and weight, which is ideal. Excellent speed with loose hips and movement to match that. His versatility is second to none. He can pass rush as a nickel, squeeze his routes quickly. He's literally your typical modern day hybrid safety, does it all. Solid tackler. This is a guy you could line up strong safety, slot, nickel. You could line him up anywhere because he's got all the traits of a secondary player that is, the futuristic hybrid of the position. I think that if he's at 10, the Raiders would be absolutely mad not to take him because I think he would fit in from day one and make an immediate impact